Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever we are in the part of the world. Welcome to Easy with Grace. Easy with Grace is a faith-based channel where we'll be discussing prophecy, um, word of knowledge, and general faith-based topics. So the last time we spoke on faith, I tried to educate us on putting in the works for our faith, to come alive, our faith to come through for us. I made us to understand that most of us think we are putting in the works, meanwhile we're not necessarily putting in the works. So today's topic is, well, not necessarily on faith, so I'm going to shift it a little bit further. Today's topic is on attaining success. A lot of believers shy away from talking about success. A lot of believers shy away from talking about money, so to say, literally. But as a believer, we have been called to be successful. The Bible tells us that our Father owns it all, right? If our Father created the heavens and the earth, don't we think that we are to dominate the earth? Don't we think we are to be successful on earth? The only reason why you and I maybe working not in the peak of where we want to be is because we've not fully understood our assignment on earth. Yes, you and I have been called to be successful. We have been called to dominate the earth. Are we dominating the earth, or are we just dominating a fraction of the earth? What are we doing to dominate the earth? The Bible also tells us that, seest thou a man who is diligent in his business, who will stand before kings and not mean men. How many of us are standing before kings in our respective businesses, in our respective homes, in our respective works? How many of us are standing before kings? The only reason why we're not standing before kings is because most people are not diligent in what they are doing. Yes. So you start a business, you're not giving the business your all. You maybe starting the business, say maybe 12 p.m. You go to the business 12 p.m. and you leave 3 p.m. How is it going to work? Or you start going to work, you go to work late, you're not up to date with your KPIs. You're not up to date with your KPIs. There's still so many things missing, and you want to stand before kings. You want to be acknowledged for the work you're doing. No. The Bible is the manual to life. If we follow the instructions of the Bible, you and I will be rich, we will be successful, we will dominate the earth. The only reason we're not dominating the earth is because we've not followed what the Bible has told us to do. The Bible is a manual to this life that you and I live in. It's high time we stop living a mediocre life and start living the life God has called you and I to live in. Me, personally, I'm not cut out to live a mediocre life. No, I'm going to strive, and I'm striving. I'm encouraging someone out there today. Let's strive to live this mediocre life and enter into the fullness that God has called us into. He has called us into the fullness. The Bible says, he said, whatsoever our feet shall tread upon, we shall take for our possession. Do we know what that word means, literally means? Where your feet stands upon, wherever your feet goes to, wherever you stand your feet, you are supposed to take for your possession. The only reason we are not taking what we have stepped upon as our possession is because we do not know how to. It is not literally just stepping on it and taking it as your possession. No. When you step on it, you ask God for your direction. God, what do you want me to do? I stepped on these feet. I want to dominate this place. I want to take this place as my possession. What do you have me do? As he drops it on you, don't sit and wait for manna to fall. You know, I talked about faith. I said faith is putting in works. A lot of us think we're putting in works. We're not putting the works the way we are supposed to put in that work. So when you put in the works, you diligently put in the work, you show up every day, you show forth every day, you think the Lord will not bless the work of your hand. You think the Lord will not bless that which you bring forth. My brothers and sisters, it's time for us to rise and start dominating wherever we find ourselves. It is high time we tread and take for our possession. It is high time we literally start living the life God has called us to live. You know, some time ago I talked about purpose and all that. You know, I talked on purpose and all that. How many of us are literally walking in our purpose? You know what? We're not working in our purpose. I'll give you a little secret. We're not prepared. God will back that which we are prepared for. If He has called you to lead in a certain sphere, maybe women talk about, so many, maybe He has called you to be there for the downtrodden. He has called you, whatever He has called you to do. Are you prepared for that work? Have you prepared yourself for that which He has called you for? Or you are still doing wishful thinking? I want to, I will, I would. It doesn't cut it. If we're still doing that, then nothing is going to change. I'm sorry to say. If we're still telling ourselves, I will, nothing will change. Your situation will not change. Nothing will change. I'm here to encourage someone this morning. Get up. Push on. Don't sit back and think it will come to you. Don't sit back and think someone will feed you. Don't sit back and think someone will push you. You gotta push yourself. You gotta push yourself. Remember that your Father is the owner of the earth. If God is the owner of the earth, then you, as a child, as a daughter, as a son, can achieve so much more. Because He is your Father. Come to Him. But be diligent in that which He has given you. Whatever it is. Be diligent in that which He has given you, so that He will bless that which He has given you. And then you can attain the peak of success. A lot of people will say, beginners, those people don't know God, they don't do this, they don't do that, they don't do that. But do they practice the principle of success? Are they diligent in what they are doing? Do they show up every day to the assignment, to their business? They do. They don't give unnecessary excuse. This one is that, my this one is this. They show up and they show forth. They're diligent. Let's rise up. Christians, let's rise up. Let's dominate the earth. Let us truly tread upon any land we find ourselves. Let us truly tread upon that which we find ourselves in any land, and let us truly take for our possession. I just thought to share because it just dawned on me that a lot of us, are not working in our full potential when we are supposed to. Cheers and have a blessed day. Bye.